Hey everyone, it's April Schluter of The Cheerful Mind, and it is the week of November 14th, 2016, and I have a special guest with me for this week's Tip of the Week. Her name is Marissa Vicario. Hey Marissa.
Hey, April.
I haven't done an interview in a while, so I'm super excited to be interviewing you today because this week I wanted to talk about food and Thanksgiving with the holidays coming up. Some of us tend to either let go. There's all this food and all the parties and everything. And I've had a lot of people say to me, how do you make sure that you stay on task with your diet and your health with the holidays going on? So I figured I would bring on an expert and share some really, really great tips. And before we get started, Marissa, do you want to tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Sure. I'm a certified integrative health and nutrition coach, the founder of Marissa's Wellbeing and Health, and also an author. I just published my first book in June. It's called Your Holistically Hot Transformation: Embrace a Healthy Lifestyle Free of Dieting, Confusion, and Self-Judgment. And it's an Amazon bestseller. So in my health coaching practice, I work with women to help them learn how to trust themselves to make slimming, nutritious, and energizing choices without fad dieting. I do through private coaching, I do group coaching, and I do corporate wellness workshops, and I write a blog as well.
That is awesome. Yes. And so Marissa's going to help us out really quickly here because I am not the nutrition expert, but I know a lot of people in this field, and Marissa is one of my fantastic old dear friends. Not too old. We're not that old though. Right?
Not that old.
We've known each other for since we were born. No, I'm kidding. So we actually went to college together, and my fun story is that I call Marissa my mom because she was my pledge mom in the sorority that we were in together. So yay, it's so great to have you here. And so the first question that I kind of wanted to ask is that you can kind of take these holidays in one of two directions. There's the people who are, on the strict diet or regimen and want to stay on that, and then there's the other people who may have some sort of diet but want to be able to let go a little bit and just kind of enjoy and indulge during the holidays. So I want to talk about those two different types of people. So for those of us who are on the stricter diet, are really watching what we're eating, how can those people make sure that they stay away from those foods that are going to steer them off course?
Yeah, well, I think it's important to just recognize that, yes, the holidays can be a trigger for a lot of people. They can be a trigger for food insecurity, overeating, emotional eating. A lot of that can stem from uncomfortable situations with family or feeling uncontrolled, like they're not able to control themselves around food. So, and a host of other things that might come up. But absolutely, the holidays are a big trigger for many of us, especially when it comes to food. So for people who I'm really not into dieting and restriction. So my answer to that question would be, it's really important to get to a point where in your relationship with food, where you feel that you are eating to support your highest self. So you're eating to support the healthiest, most vibrant version of you. And when you're in that place, it's then that you can really start to to sort of say no to some of those foods that are less healthy. For people who are at that point, I think you can be intentional about indulging. So Say you are going to Thanksgiving at your aunt's house and she makes this pumpkin pie that brings back all these childhood memories for you, and it's your favorite thing ever, and every year you really look forward to that pumpkin pie. You can be super mindful about really enjoying and savoring a slice of that pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, and knowing and planning ahead for that. So you know that that's what you're going to be eating and that's what your indulgence is going to be. And you're good with that. And that's just, that's really what I mean. And that's a wonderful example of mindful eating and being intentional with food choices.
So I guess then that would be the same thing for the other group of people who want to kind of indulge. It's really just being mindful about what you're eating and allowing yourself to indulge if you choose to. But then knowing that, to get back on track if that's not how you normally eat, which I guess we don't all eat, pumpkin pie all day, every day or something like that. But if those people decide to kind of indulge, do you have any tactics on just kind of getting back on the right track? And is it just more of being intentional, or is there other things that you can do after the holidays if you allow yourself to indulge?
Yeah, so your body will send you cues. So most people, if they've had too much sugar or they've eaten too much or eaten a lot of foods that they're not used to or that just don't feel good to them, like your body sends you signals. You might have a stomach ache, you might feel extra tired, your skin might start to break out, your joints might start to ache. You'll know, and your body will kind of crave a reset. So you'll know that it's time to get back on track. And, the best way to do that is just to eat lots and lots of leafy green vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and really just flood your body with all of those good for you foods that you're used to eating.
Awesome. That is cool. And in terms of, I'm trying to think about, usually my parents are the ones who are cooking all of these awesome, probably not the healthiest meals, but they're still so good. So I allow it to happen. And do you have any quick go-to snacks or meals or suggestions for that are healthy during the holiday season as we're trying to figure out what we're cooking for the holidays? Do you have any tips?
Yeah. So first of all, never arrive to a holiday party or holiday dinner or any kind of event. Never arrive starving. So a lot of people will just kind of skip breakfast, skip lunch, skip because they're like, oh, I'm going to eat so much and I know there's going to be a lot of food there. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, that's a good tip or trick that I wouldn't even think about. Yeah, for sure. It's like going to the grocery store starving, right? You want to just buy everything.
Exactly. Same thing. You're going to end up gorging yourself on everything and eating way more than what you had planned to or what feels good to you. So best thing to do is to have eat healthy meals leading up to the main event. You can, have a nice big salad or, really great chicken and vegetable soup. Have healthy snacks throughout the day, like things like hard-boiled eggs that you can tote with you, especially if you're going to be driving for a few hours in a car to get where you're going. So, also, cut up veggies with dip like hummus or full-fat yogurt, nuts and seeds. Those are also really great snacks to bring along with you. So just making sure that you're prepared in advance, because when we're not prepared, that's when everything starts to go downhill and we're kind of like, just feed me whatever is in front of me.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's a good way. And what I really like about the way that you work is really focusing on the mindfulness of it and knowing what is healthy and what those go-to things are. But then also, you're not that type of person who says, don't eat anything with carbs or, whatever else comes up that, people restrict themselves to. So it's really, really great to hear that. The other thing that I wanted to ask is in terms of, this is totally just random, but like, what is your go-to holiday dish that you like to eat?
My go-to holiday dish.
I kind of threw that in totally unplanned. So You on the spot.
I love Brussels sprouts. So
Yes.
there's this dish that we make every year at Thanksgiving. My family makes it. It's just roasted Brussels sprouts and red grapes, and you just literally like throw them on a tray, roast them in the oven with some either olive oil or coconut oil, and some sea salt and black pepper, maybe a little bit of fresh herbs like thyme, and that's it. It's delicious.
Awesome. I'm going to totally steal that.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I also love sweet potatoes. My favorite way to make sweet potatoes, and I do this all year, is I steam them, and then you can either mash them or leave them whole. And then I just drizzle them with coconut oil and sea salt. And it's so delicious. It's so comforting, really healthy.
That's awesome. No, that is cool. I'm going to go and write that down after we get off this call. So anyways, that's the quick tips for now for our audience. And Marissa, I'd love for you to share with everyone how they can get in touch with you if they're interested in more info, and especially maybe after the holidays are over and they're feeling like, oh gosh, I didn't listen to what we just talked about. So yeah, tell us about how we can reach out.
Yeah, you can go to my website. It's mwahonline.com, like a kiss.
Yeah.
And on the website, there are a couple of free downloads. You can choose one or both. One is a downloadable meal planner, so free meal planner. And the other one is a ebook. It is How to Be Holistically Hot. So that has some of my most favorite tips and tricks for living a healthy lifestyle without dieting. So you can check those out on my website.
Yeah, and then can you tell everybody the name of your book one more time, just in case, so that they can check that out on Amazon?
Yes, it is Your Holistically Hot Transformation. That's the main title, and the subtitle is Embrace a Healthy Lifestyle Free of Dieting, Confusion, and Self-Judgment. And if you can check it out on Amazon. It's also on barnesandnoble.com. If you go to my website, there's a tab called Book, and you'll click on that, and there's a number of different ways you can find it. So it'll link to all the different outlets it's available on.
Awesome. And you're based in New York, but do you have clients all over the country? Do people work with you virtually?
Yes, I work with clients virtually. I have clients everywhere from LA to London to Texas, Chicago, New York, everywhere. So
that's awesome. Yes. Getting ourselves out there. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Marissa, for hanging out with me and helping me get through this tip of the week. And I will see you guys next week. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. See you later. Bye.